Oh, it's raining today. Oh, that's a shame. Hey, Crispy, how you doing? Yep, 400 days. Day 400. Alright, it's April 23rd, 2021. There really isn't any news today. By the way, did anyone tune into that documentary? It was all about the history of basketball, and it was quite informative. Oh dear, there I go prattling on about my personal TV habits. Sorry, folks. Have a lovely day. Isabel has not changed. She really hasn't. So, let's head inside. Oh, nice. Oops. Let's, get changed. Let's put on something a little fancier, shall we? Yeah, I had a computer once where its motherboard exploded. Alright, and let's get started, shall we? Oh, do-do-do-do-do-do, intro music. Do-do-do-do-do, intro music. Alright, welcome back to Animal Crossing. How are we all doing tonight? Liar, you doing okay? I know things haven't changed much. It's been a while, but we're back again in this wonderful world of Animal Crossing. So good to see you all tonight on this lovely night. And oh, we've got a special show for you today. We really do. We got lots to talk about, from Nintendo to Xbox to PlayStation. We got a few movies. Marvel's still making those. You better believe it, and we got a few of those to talk about. Plus that HBO Max. They're really trying to sell you on that platform. And you better believe I'm into it. I don't know if I'd see this I don't know if I'd pay money to watch these movies. By gum, I'll take them from HBO Max. I mean, where else am I going to watch Adventure Time? Ha 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 ha. But no, the new Mortal Kombat came out today. How we all feeling about that? Yeah. It was okay. We'll talk about it when we get to it. Our special guest today, hailing from the faraway lands of the other side of the world. Please welcome Yogg-Sathis. Oh, that Yogg-Sathis. Isn't he a card? But no, I was like, oh, what do we do, right? So I did my best interpretation of the Animal Talking set. Right, Gary Whitta's famous Animal Crossing talk show. I did my version of it, same thing. Instead of his co-host, I've got Liar here. I got a golden cat statue. Instead of KK Jazz, we've got Drive-In. I put this together yesterday just with what I had laying around in my storage. Which is almost filled again. They gave us... Okay, admittedly, I cleared it out like Sunday. But yeah, I've almost filled up the storage again. It's a mess. I cannot believe they gave us like 800 more slots. And I've already used them all. I'm having fun. We have to have a laugh. It's been so long. Alright, let's get back to spring. Do I actually have any... I mean, I know I have a few coats. Yeah, let's just stick with spring, shall we? Begging for my cloud floor. The cloud floor is really cool, admittedly. Cloud 4 is one of the best floors. But yeah, so I guess I should say, as we start off, it is day 400. Okay, so while I know we stopped streaming Animal Crossing after day 369, praise be unto Helix. If we had, even though I stopped streaming it at day 369, I have still played it every day. And today, and if I had continued with daily Animal Crossing, today would have been day 400. Technically, it's day 399. Like, on a technical level, it's been 399 days since the game came out. But because of how my count was always like a day ahead, today would have been day 400. Oh, and Flick's here today. I was really hoping for Red. I haven't seen Red in over like 2 weeks. But yeah. On the island, I don't think really... Oops. On the island, I don't think much has changed. I've changed a few things, obviously. But, like, nobody's moved in, nobody's moved out. I tried, Kabuki showed up at one point as a campsite villager, and I tried to recruit him, but he wanted to replace, I can't remember if it was Audie or Whitney, one of them, and I was like, no, thank you. Kabuki would have been a cool get. And a few other people have shown up, none of which are that important. But yeah, so I've just been playing Animal Crossing. Yeah. Random question, what is your opinion on watermelon? I actually don't like watermelon. I mean, I guess I like watermelon, like, flavored things, like I'm down for, like, a watermelon-flavored, like, Starburst or whatever. But, like, actual watermelon? Nah. Not really. Same thing goes for, like, cantaloupe and stuff like that. I don't know. Just never personally appealed to me. But yeah, 400 days of Animal Crossing. And we have done a lot. A Warfroach. I'll see what I can do. I mean, it's not like we're doing anything else tonight. But yeah, I've just been casually playing. I've just been casually playing Animal Crossing. Yeah, I've had like one major project since we ended off, and I finished it yesterday. And it may or may not be why this is missing right here. This one. It was coming down to the wire. But yeah, no, other than that, island hasn't changed. Nobody's moved in. The game, I feel like it's been a year since Animal Crossing last updated. Like, maybe it was just because the spring update didn't really add much. A Santa Claus melon. Oh, I've never heard of that before. Have you ever tried those, I think they're grapes that taste like cotton candy? Like they're genetically engineered grapes to taste like cotton candy. Those are, I've had those before. Those are pretty good. There's also an apple. What did is there an apple that tastes like a grape? Or there's some sort of weird apple as well. I don't remember off the top of my head. I do know, you know, it's funny. I don't like grape flavoring. Like anything that's like like Grace like ice pops. Hate them. Yeah, I do not like grape ice pops, but actual like grapes. People like grapes. I mean, I like grapes as well. But like anything grape flavored, hate it. Yeah. Weird. Yeah. Oops, flamingo. Yeah, I've been considering like changing around some things on the island, but I haven't actually done anything so far. I've been thinking about it, but I don't know. What do I change really? Like the island's already pretty decent as is, and I've already done some major changes in the past. The most I would change is bring in some new villagers, which I was considering looking at tonight, because I do have the Sanrio cards that we unboxed in the first episode of the season, and I haven't used them yet. So I was thinking maybe we'd mess around with that, but I don't really have any plans at the moment. And no, I can't give any money, because if I were, it would throw off my perfect 6-9, 6-9, 6-9, 6-9. What day is it? I mean, it's currently... What is it? April 23rd? Yeah, it's April 23rd, but for Animal Crossing, yeah, Dave, it's been 400 days. It's been a long time since the game came out. And then I have these flowers here that I planted these flowers. I planted because I saw so there's the secret bush back here, and I saw that it had finally bloomed. So when the secret bush bloomed, I was like, you know, I need to plant some actual flowers. So I planted some actual flowers. Yeah, I finally did that. I finally have a flower bush for the first time in forever. I'm just waiting for the hydrangeas to come back. I don't think that's until June or July. But it'll happen eventually. I don't know. Twitch. Yeah. I mean, I barely made partner. Oh God, that was funny. Yep, no, just slaving away. I'll be here for a while. I don't know how long, but a while. Alright, so we've got all this money. Oh, I should... Did we find out from Cherry who the thing belonged to? I know we did, and then I've already forgotten who it belonged to. Oh, God. Yeah, Animal Crossing's going fine. The island looks nice, right? It's going. Oh, I did put a turtle thing back. Why is cling wrap so hard to take off the roll? I get that. Same thing with that construction paper. Like, you know those big rolls of, like, construction paper? Why are those so hard to rip? And why does it always rip unevenly? Yeah, Animal Crossing's going. I don't know. I'm waiting for the next big update. I think that's the thing. Is that I know at some point next week, probably, we might find out about the new update. They haven't announced anything about an update for this game since, I think, March. Maybe, yeah, no, since the March update was the last time they said anything about this game. And I know March wasn't that long away. I was just trying to wrap half the watermelon to put in the fridge, but it sucks to do. Yeah. That's why I use saran wrap. Saran wrap is better on everything. Don't really... And then I try using lids, but most of the time I'm making bread, and the yeast in the bread just expands until it explodes. And until it blows the lid off. At least with saran wrap, like, some air will get out. I tried making... I need to make bread again. It's been a while. Oh, Wisp is here tonight. Oh, I didn't even know that. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the new I know Brewster's not coming, and I know, as I've said before, a big new Animal Crossing update isn't gonna change the game that much. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess gyroids would be kind of a big deal, but like anything else, I don't know. But I have hope that they'll do something. Eventually, something big will get added to the game. I say aluminum. That's me, aluminum. I'm not an aluminium person. Yeah, no. And then what is my, so you know how it's the Millennium Falcon, right? The ship in Star Wars. It's the Millennium Falcon, but my mother pronounces it Millennium Falcon or it's something like that, like Millennium or God, I can't do it. But yeah, it's something terrible like that. So yeah, I've been trying to grow. Is this purple? Yes, good, that is purple. These flowers suck to get the purples for. Like, I worked so hard to get the blues, to get the blue roses, and I have a bunch of blue roses now. But these windflowers and these pansies are a pain in the ass to get purples for. And I need more. I need one more pansy. And I think that's it. I think that's everything I have planned to do with flowers at the moment. I don't know. I may do a little expanding, but yeah, most of my time since we last played has been in the flower game. I've been doing flowers. I've been focusing on flowers because I've been playing every day and I've had the time to like water flowers and whatnot. I redid the entire flower. I mean, I didn't actually like change anything, but I got rid of one of the flower beds and yeah, it's a pain. You covered your entire mountain with hyacinths? Wow. I know we missed a or we missed one of these, but I know I saw it somewheres. Oh, hey, that's a new one. And I accidentally got the purple one. Yeah. Honestly, out of all of them, I mean, the easiest thing to do is the lilies. It is just red and yellow lilies will literally grow every type of lily. That's the easiest one to do. The hardest one to do is roses. And I want to say pansies and windflowers were the second hardest, but I don't remember. It's been a while. But yeah, no, definitely blue roses are the hardest. But once you topple that hill, it's anything's possible. I mean, yeah, once you topple the hill, and yeah, so I made a flower garden, and I used every type of flower. Everything is represented here. There are some that I wish had more colors, obviously. Like, I wish there were more blues, more purples. God, I wish there was any color of green other than mums. But yeah, I even put an orange pansy, my least favorite flower. By far the worst flower here. But yeah, I even put one of those. I got some gold roses, because I worked hard to get those. I tried flower cloning, and that didn't work well. But you know, you gotta work. If you're gonna make that money, you gotta work hard for it. And I guess we needed a project after the series, and I needed a project after the series ended. Yeah, Animal Crossing's been going fine for the past, I don't know, it's been what, not even 30 days since or it's been a little over 30 days since we last left off. Something like that. Yeah, and I know and I just thought because we've been doing Fall Guys recently, and I've been having a lot of fun with Fall Guys, but I was like, you know, since it's day 400, we need to step back. I got a green mum by accident and put it on display, then it grew into 2, and then 3, and now I have like 6. Yeah, green mums are actually fairly easy to get. It's just, They're just kind of weird. And then, like, you can get, like, you have, like, a 6% chance with yellow mums. But then if you breed purple mums, it goes up to, like, 25. So, yeah, it's fairly easy. I don't know. That's just the hardest one is the stupid rose, which... I mean, look, I have so many. Here's, what, 5. Here's 5 more blue roses. I know there's other places with more. Blue rose is just a pain. Yeah, it's good to do some Animal Crossing. And if there ever is a new update, well then I'll play the new update. And I'll definitely stream it. I'm totally fine for coming back. What's the last fish you caught? Oh god. I mean, I think I did the fishing tournament. So it was probably like a sea bass, the fishing tournament in mid-April, and I think you get a and I think like it was probably like a sea bass or something like that. Last bug I caught was I think one of my villagers had asked for like a yellow butterfly. Yeah, I don't remember who asked for it, but I know one of them was like, "Hey, did you give me a yellow butterfly?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure." I think it was Audie, but I don't remember. Something expensive. Oh, the last fish I caught to fill out the fish decks was, God, I don't even remember. Let me look at my Critterpedia real quick. It had to have been... It was something stupid. It was like this char or something. Yeah, it was something like a char or not a dace, but it was something stupid. That's all I remember, is it was something stupid. I know the last of these I caught was the, Firefly Squid. Which took me forever. I don't remember, though. Was it... I mean, it wasn't a pond smelt. I don't know, maybe when I go to the museum later, I'll take a look at all the signs. I don't know. And the last bug I caught, it was the dung beetle. That one I do actually remember. But yeah, we're still missing a fossil. Hey, Flick, I don't know how you got over here. We're still missing a fossil. We have a present to deliver. We got a thing to return. But I guess we should talk about the news, because we are technically in chat. So the first news story is, this comes from Ben Studios, the guys who did Days Gone. And listen to this fucking pretentiousness. So his quote was, "If you love a game, buy it at full price. That the closer you buy a game to release, the more money the developers will make." And like, yeah, okay, that's all true. But the question is, how the fuck are you gonna know if you like a game if you've never played it before? I mean, yes, you can make some educated guesses, right? I knew I was gonna like Animal Crossing before I played it. But how the fuck are you supposed to know if you're gonna love a game if you have never played it before? Oh gosh dang it, I'm wasting the slingshot. Like, talk about the fucking entitlement of the video game industry. It's a giant Trevally. I'm gonna give it a piece of mind. Give it a catch an actual giant Trevally. I just imagine you scolding a fish. Like, it's like hung up. Like you're gonna take a picture with it, but you're just scolding it. I have no idea where this last thing is. But yeah, so Days, like, I get the sense, right? I get what he's saying. That, like, hey, if you like a studio, support them, buy a game at full price. That helps support, like, future game installments. Because as we learned, like, 2 weeks ago, the sequel for Days Gone was canceled, right? Days Gone ain't getting a sequel. So I get I get his annoyance, I guess, but at the same time, that's fucking pretentious to be like, oh, buy a game at full price, especially now in the current console generation, where on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, games are now going up by $10. If I wanted to buy, I don't know, the new, what's a new game? Demon Souls? If I wanted to buy Demon Souls, it would cost me $70, where normally games cost $60. And of course, that's on, that's not even talking about, like, because you know the new Call of Duty that comes out later this year is also going to charge $70, and it's going to have that $60 season pass. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to bump the season pass up to $70, because fuck these corporations trying to squeeze every last penny out of you. It's like, I get what this guy is saying about how, right, games are harder to make and that they want support, but you can't trust the AAA studios. They will screw you over at every possible turn. So yeah, no, fuck this. And again, it's just, I get what he's saying, and no actual, like, ill will towards the guy who said it. But yeah, no, the AAA game industry sucks. It really does. Friday Night Funkin' Wink 7. Yeah, I saw someone making fun of that today. Like, just, you know, having a joke at it. And are they doing a Kickstarter? Isn't it, like, didn't the Kickstarter, like, come out and they just, like, immediately smashed all their goals? I think I saw that somewheres. Yeah. Yeah, I know people like that Friday. And see, there's a good example of, like, a Kickstarter like that, and, like, a game that people actually want to support. And yeah, there's a good example of a game people want to support that people actually really like. Not this Days Gone, which is this untested game that, who knows, I mean, it's another fucking zombie survival game. Sure, could the sequel have been great? Probably, but that'll never happen. Does this just still say lost item? Gosh dang it, I don't remember who that belongs to. I guess we could go ask somebody. And I cannot find what I'm looking for. Is this a purple tulip? I didn't even notice this here earlier. Yeah, that is. Wow. And what are you? Oh, you're money. Okay, good. Came out a week ago and they have like 7 out of the 10 goals. Yeah. I've heard that game's been doing that Kickstarter's been going pretty well. So I want to put this purple flower here, because, right, we've got flowers that represent Mabel and Abel. So now it only makes sense to have a flower that represents Sable. But, you know, we'll put it a little off to the side. I don't know, I think it's cute. Gosh dang it, I don't know where this last thing is. But yeah, no, it's just, I hate the AAA games industry. And there's a reason I still haven't bought a PS5. Well, okay, admittedly, I'm probably never going to buy one, because now that my Switch is kind of breaking, I don't really want to, like... Oh, God. I'm really paranoid now that my Switch is kind of acting up. Who does this lost item belong to? I forgot. I mean, I guess we could go talk to everybody until we find out who it was. Also, I cannot find this last fossil. I swear I saw it for like a second. Like, I saw something. But I have no idea. Because of the awkward points. But yeah, no, I all my money right now is going for a new Switch. Like, I'm waiting for that Switch Pro, which should be out later in the year. I have full faith that probably September, October, they'll probably be announced in like August, and then it'll come out in like October. Whether it comes out with the new Zelda, who knows. But they're not going to announce it at E3 or anything. Nintendo does things on their own time. But yeah, now I'm paranoid because of because my Switch is, yeah. God, it sucks. Usually Nintendo products are so sturdy. My Game Boy still works, Did I read it as awkward points? Did I? Huh. I didn't even notice. I got points from it. That's the thing. Did I say this already? I am super fucking tired. I haven't slept in a day. I've been so busy. And yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm dedicated to do this every Friday, right? Kind of like how we were dedicated for Animal Crossing, I would have gone to sleep. A grenade got dropped on a GameCube and it turned on afterwards. Oh. Yeah, no, the Game Boy Advance that got destroyed, or the Game Boy that got destroyed in the Gulf War, and it still works. It's at the Nintendo Museum in New York. And yeah, that's my Game Boy still works 20 plus years later. God, it's closer to 30 years later. My Game Boy Advance still works 20 years later. My, God, okay, my DS doesn't work. My DS Lite, it does this weird thing where, like, the bottom screen, like, flickers on the top screen, and the hinge is broken. That sucks. Oh, I already have a baby bear. I don't need one. I need a mama bear. What's our turnip price, actually, real quick, while I'm here? Oh, God. Turnip prices. I know we're in fluctuating this week. I don't really plan to buy turnips on Thursday. Sega didn't rush it. I don't know. I don't know about that. The Sonic Boom being good. I don't know. Part of me... I mean, the show's good. So maybe, but I don't know. What else did I have? I gotta find out who this lost item belongs to. I guess we should just go talk to everybody. Also, let me buy some wrapping paper. But yeah, let's see. Next up on my topic list, I've got, so you know those Nintendo Lego things that work? Right, so we had that Mario Lego. Right, Mario Lego, it was neat, but it's expensive because Lego is no longer a kid's toy. It's made for adults because they're so expensive. Like, seriously, Lego is far too expensive. Like, I saw that Lego NES and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then it's like $200, $300. And I'm like, fuck that. Okay, I don't think it was that. I don't think it was 300, but it was expensive. The physics engine, but Sega demanded it was up. Yeah, well, deadlines and crunch screw over all companies. It's the shitty way of the game industry. Christ as is. Yeah. Oh, let's go get some fruit. But yeah, so there's this. So right, Lego's expensive. I used to love Lego as a kid, and then Minecraft came out, and I stopped giving a shit. Minecraft is way better than Lego can ever be, and it costs $30 compared to Lego, which is like hundreds. Yeah, no, I'm good. I don't need Lego anymore. Minecraft is and I know I'll never be able to make as cool things in Minecraft as you can do in Lego. And some of those Lego sets nowadays are really cool. But, yeah, still, fuck Lego. They're just too expensive for me, man. That's the hard part. But so toys now have updates, right? Like, toys connect to the internet. And that Lego Mario had an update recently, right? Because it's all, like, virtual coin stuff. It connects to the internet. and and it connected to the internet, got an update, and then when you turned it on after the update, Mario looks around and is like, Luigi? 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 Right, so the Mario thing talks about Luigi because, hey, guess what? Lego just announced a Luigi set. And of course, could you imagine as like a kid, you have this Lego Luigi, this Lego Mario, you flip it on, and then it starts calling out for Luigi, and then they announce Lego Luigi. You're gonna buy it because now the toy is like, oh look, Mario is lonely, he wants his brother. That's some fucking scummy marketing right there. Like, it's clever as hell, don't get me wrong. I think the fact that they can do something like that is kind of neat. But that's kind of scummy, right? Just being able to flip it on and be like, oh, Luigi. And then they announced this Lego Luigi. Technically, the thing actually leaked first. Like, it leaked on the internet. And then it got announced, like, the next day. Oh, hey, it was Marina who had the lost item. Huh. Curious and curiouser. But yeah, I think that's just kind of scummy. Honestly. But, I mean, admittedly, toys and games have been doing this forever. Right, like, this isn't the first time I've seen, like, oh god, right? I mean, this isn't nearly as bad as, like, in the 80s, 90s, there was the Pound Puppies, that were, like, these adorable little puppy plushies, that were locked in the no good, very bad pound, and unless you rescued the Pound Puppies, I mean, it's clever as hell from a marketing perspective, but that's kind of evil, and that's how I feel about this Lego Luigi thing. It's like, yeah, it's kind of clever, but it's also, ugh. I don't know. But yeah, they're making a Lego Luigi set. It's got Boom Boom in it, which is an enemy. If you've been watching 3D World, I don't give a shit about Boom Boom or Pom Pom. I think they kind of suck compared to like a lot of the other stuff in 3D World. But hey, at least it's not the Koopalings. At least it's not the Koopalings, who do suck. And are just so overused. Everyone is so tired. What did you need? Oh yeah, we were helping him. We were helping Marshall get a Roachworth. Oh yeah, we gotta remember that. There was a chemistry kit for kids in the 70s that literally had multiple types of uranium and a radiation detector. Yeah. Yeah, lawn darts were a thing. Yep. Kids, I mean, yeah, toys were, I mean, we painted with lead until, God, not even like, I mean, it's probably been like 50 years now, but still, we painted with poisonous lead until very recently in relative human history. Yeah, humans are weird. Let's go find Audie and let's go find this Wharf Roach. Hey, Audie. Here's for you. So as part of what I've been doing since I finished off the series is, so villagers will give you portraits if you, like, give them stuff. Basically, you just need to give them 2 fruit wrapped up and like gift wrapping, and they'll give you an item. And normally the items don't matter, but you can get their portraits. And I've been trying to get a bunch of my villagers' portraits. Another one by the same company as a glass blowing kit that reaches 12,000 degrees. Oh my god. For some reason, the first thing I thought of was that water slide that does a loop-de-loop. You know, or like anything at Action Park. What a shitty movie that was. The Action Park movie. Because it's like, oh, an Action Park movie made by the guys who did Jackass. Oh, that sounds fun. And then it was just nothing. Ah, what a shame. Action Park is, though, crazy. And the documentaries are fun. So I guess we're looking for a Wharf Roach, because I want to give a gift to Marshall. I've collected a few portraits, but like Whitney, Lucky, and Coco gave me their portraits instantly. But fucking Audie I have been trying for the past like 30. It's only supposed to take like 2 weeks, 14 days to get a portrait. That's what like the web. If you look up how to like get the portraits, that's what they say. Like 14 days to get a portrait, like 2 weeks. It's been over 30 with Audie, and she refuses to give me the portrait. I think, yeah, and I mean, I've been trying with others. Like, I've been trying with Coco or Marshall, or not. I've already got Coco's. I've been trying with Marshall, and I've been trying with Cherry. Haven't got much luck from either of them. But Audie is just taking forever. And admittedly, I haven't even been trying Carmen. I've been trying Zucker a little bit. There was a popular kit that display carried 75% more than the maximum amount of lead at the time. Yeah. There's some crazy shit out there. There's some crazy shit. Toys. It was a different time. A lot of people don't care, and a lot of people still don't care now, all these years later. Some people do, but a lot don't. So what do I got next? So, Marvel's back. I know I've over on the main channel, I've been talking about, WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier. I just recorded the final video for Falcon and Winter Soldier, like, a few hours ago. Pretty good. I really fucking enjoyed the show. That'll go up, I don't know, sometime tomorrow. I really need some sleep. Tonight, though, I haven't edited it tonight, so I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, that's all. I recorded that. But yeah, we got a new trailer for the new Marvel movie, the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. It looks pretty good. Like, it's definitely different. And because a lot of people complain that, like, Marvel movies are too much of the same thing. Or that Marvel movies, right, they all have, like, the same sense of action, the same color grading. And I guess that's true. Personally, I've never really minded. But this Shang-Chi, it looks to have a very different action style. And yeah, it just all around feels like a different movie. I think it looks pretty decent, all things considered. I don't know, it doesn't come out until, I think, September. So that's still a while away. But yeah, no, I'm always down for more Marvel movies. There was a gun that launched a ping pong ball at an insane speed. It has a chemical in it that creates an explosion when reacted with water, so you spit in the tube and fire, causing an explosion 40 kilometers per hour. Wow. Wow. Yeah, people were insane. Oh god, what was that old... Do you remember that, what were those old, like, so I know nowadays there's, like, channels like Ryan's Toy Review and, like, those, like, bullshit, like, kids channels. But back in the day, there used to be, like, channels for, like, discontinued toys or, like, toys that got recalled or, right, like, all those crazy things. What were they called? They weren't called, it wasn't Mondo. Oh, God, what was it called? But they were all, like, the discontinued toys. Yeah, stuff that, like stuff like that, like, would kill you. And I remember watching one episode, and it was about this, keyboard. Like, there was this, like, speak and spell keyboard, where you would, like, press a letter, and then it would say the letter out loud, and it had, like, letters, numbers, and, like, symbols. And I guess it got recalled or something, because you could make it, because if you press certain buttons, it would say swear words. And I had that keyboard as a kid. So I remember watching the video on YouTube. This was well over a decade ago. And I saw the video on YouTube about that keyboard and was like, I had that as a kid. So I went to, like, my I think it was in, like, my closet in, like, a box or something. And I pulled it out, and sure enough, it was just like the video. You can get it to tell you to go fuck yourself and shit and all sorts of other things. Like, none of it I discovered as a baby because I didn't know any better. But, yeah. That was fun. That was Oh god, I wish I could remember that toy channel's name. I assume they still exist, but it's been, or I know they haven't made videos in like years, but I don't remember what they were called. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna look something up. No, it wasn't Great Illusionist, because Great Illusionist was another channel later on that actually does like review, that like shows off their stuff. That's fantastic. I think they're called Great Illusionist. Oh god, I don't remember the name of it. Yeah, I just don't remember, and my search results aren't getting me. They had a very distinct style. And yeah, they were really good. Great Illusionist. Yeah, so did I. Like 2 or 3 years ago, I fell into the rabbit hole. Yeah, the old guy. Yeah. I fell into the rabbit hole of Great Illusionist as well. They do some good stuff. It's really nice. Like, they have so many neat things they've collected over the years, and it's just really relaxing and kind of fun, and yeah. You know who got me into them, now that I'm thinking about it? Freaking Ego Raptor. He was talking about something. Oh shit, there was the Warfroach. He was talking about something, and I went to look up whatever he was talking about, and the first video that came up was Great Illusionist. And that's how I got into them. Back when I was watching Game Grumps. Yeah. Same thing with, and then from Great Illusionist, I got into, like, those lock-picking channels that are all, right, that, like, what is it? I don't remember what they're called. But it's all about, like, oh, he can crack any lock. And it's like, company has unbreakable lock. Yeah, right. Yeah, it was from Great Illusionist to them. Oh, God. Back in the, oh, that was only like 4 years ago. Oh, it's Grand Illusionist. Okay. Either way, it's great stuff. Yeah. I like the so there's like a fish thing that he opens, and someone did an edit where it just screams. That one's pretty funny. God, I'm so fucking tired. I am so out of it right now. God, now tonight I'm just gonna go down that rabbit hole. No, I need to go to bed. That's it. I need to go to bed. Intercom. Oh, I wonder what that is. An intercom monitor. I don't know. Store closes. Oh, I need to sell pumpkins. Shit. Oh god, we should go do that right now, I guess. What was I talking about? Shang-Chi looks good. Oh, I will say with that Shang-Chi, of course, there is the cynical part of me, is like, it's a movie, right? China is a big market right now. And of course, we've seen with Disney and Mulan, Disney really wants to cater to the Chinese market. So the cynical part of me is like, is Disney trying to cater to the Chinese market? But at the same time, if it's a good movie, I don't want to say I don't care, because I do. Free Hong Kong, revolution of our time. At least as far as I know, none of the actors, like, unlike Mulan, where the main actress literally spoke out against Hong Kong, I don't think anyone has said that on this one. But yeah, free Hong Kong, revolution of our time. Until, of course, the Second American Civil War happens. But yeah, we still got a little bit before that. Let's see. Next up, I got, so a few weeks ago, I talked about the PS Vita. in the PS3 and like how the PS Vita and the PS3 stores were shutting down. Even though I do not own a PS3, I do not own a PlayStation Vita, I was actually considering. I have been considering buying a PS Vita. Oh my god. Yeah. Are people making money off of Dogecoin right now? That's the big one, because I know they were trying to get Dogecoin to 69 cents on 420 on the national holiday. And I don't think that worked out, but I know they were trying. And now I think it's fallen down to back to like 30 cents or whatever. It was getting close. It was upwards of like 50 something. I don't know. But yeah, so the PS3 and Vita stores were going to Sony announced that they were shutting down, and just last week or just earlier this week, Sony announced that no, they will be shutting down the PlayStation Portable stores, the original PSP, but the Vita stores and the PS3 stores, nope, they're staying up for the foreseeable future. They will, of course, inevitably be shut down. Whether once a store is shut down, does that give you the right to pirate Sony's games? Does that make it morally and ethically okay because they're giving you no other source to buy those games? That's up for you to decide. Personally, I cannot legally say whether that's okay or not. Hey, Pookie, how you doing? Good to see you. But yeah, no, I think the PS Vita and PS3 stores staying open is a good thing. Again, it just goes to show that companies will falter under pressure. That you can peer pressure a company into doing anything. Roblox recently uploaded their stocks, and people have both made and lost a bunch of money since the month of... Yeah, I remember when Roblox premiered on the stock market. Supposedly Discord might go up on the stock market. I mean, probably not anytime soon, but they're no longer in talks to buy Discord's no longer in or Microsoft is no longer going to buy Discord, so anything's possible. Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, I think it's good that the PS3 and Vita stores aren't shutting down. At least for now, right? I mean, I know the PS Vita is completely cracked. Like, people, it took 7 years, but people fully cracked the Vita. And then, of course, they cracked a system with no games to play on it. And while I know a lot of Vita games have come to other systems, there's about like 200 or so Vita games that you can only play on Vita. I think 200 might be a little high, but I know it's something like that. And that, yeah, no, it sucks to potentially lose all those games to history. That kind of sucks. Game art preservation is not where it needs to be. But hey, if you've ever wanted a Vita, I guess you have more time now. I don't know, I've considered getting a Vita before, just... God, I listened to Greg Miller talk about it too much. And maybe that's why I've been considering it. Like, I know it's a Persona 4 Golden machine, not that I've ever played a Persona game. But I don't know, I've been thinking about it, admittedly. One time in Arsenal. An aimbot battle. That's funny. Next up, so, you know, games like Celeste and Towerfall, both great games. I admittedly, I love Celeste. It's my favorite game of 2018 and one of my favorites of all time. Towerfall is fun, but it's not... I don't know, I admittedly don't... Like, if I have an option to, like, play a game with a bunch of friends, Towerfall is not usually the first thing I go to, you know what I'm saying? But it's still a really well-made game. And, it was announced that the studio that makes both those games, Celeste and Towerfall, oh god, they've got a dumb name. Because, you know, they're an indie studio, and every indie studio has a dumb name. My indie studio has a dumb name. But, yeah, no, they're making their next game called Earthblade. Tales of Earthsea. I don't know, it's supposed to be, I guess, an adventure-style game. Because they didn't do, like, a reveal, they did a vibe reveal. Yeah, a vibe reveal. Did I say? I said vibe, right? Like, they wanted to see, like, hey, how do people feel about this, right? Like, what's the vibe our new game gives off? And yeah, no, I'm much like Yacht Club Games. I will play anything they make, right? Yacht Club Games has not steered me wrong so far. I mean, will Cyber Shadow make the Game of the Year list? I don't know. But Yacht Club Games hasn't steered me wrong so far. And yeah, same thing. Celeste is great. Towerfall is a lot of fun. Yeah, no, I'll play this new Earthblade. Sure. I mean, I have faith in the studio. They've done great stuff, and yeah, it's not going to be a while. Like, they don't even have anything. Seventh Beat Games is a weird name. Yeah, there are some weird indie studio names. You want to create your indie studio? Here's the quick guide to create an indie studio. Take your biggest fear, either tangible or intangible, and combine it with your favorite dessert. That is now your indie studio. That's not a Brian David Gilbert bit, but I don't remember whose bit that is. Oh god, I did Brian David Gilbert's Kojima name generator. I did that just to like see what I would get. I don't even remember what I got. I could pull it up right now. Chocolate Moth Studio. Yeah, that sounds like an indie game studio. That does. That's how indie game studios work. Is that they're all it's stuff like that. Oh god. Well, yeah. Well, do I still? I know I have. Do I still have that Kojima name generator? Give me a second. Let me scroll through my documents. For how much? Kojima name generator. Yep, I have it right here. Favorite. Falling Caramel. Not bad. Yeah. Not bad at all. That's how you make an indie studio. And like a lot of them are I think the perfect what's their name? Not Ghost Town, but it's something like that. Oh, it stopped raining. The studio that makes those games about like food where you're like cooking and you're with multiple people, Overcooked. The studio from Overcooked has like a name like Ghost Town or like it's like Ghost Cake, or it's something dumb like that, and that's like, yep, that's the perfect indie game studio. Okay, come on. So let's see, my Kojima name. Let me just skip to the end. Give me a second. This is going to take a minute because there's a lot of shit here. My Kojima name, based on all the dice rolls, was Old Cancer Black. Huh. I don't remember that at all, but yeah. I guess that was it. God, yeah, Kojima names are weird. But that worksheet was fun to do. God, I was so bored that day if I had nothing else to do. At least I didn't spy on my pets. What was my indie game? It was something with pie. It was like Dark Pie Studios or something like that. I don't remember. And I'm way too tired to actually cognitively think about it. Memento numero 6. Yeah, indie games are so good. There's actually an indie game. So this indie game just came out on Switch the other day, and it's called Turnip Boy Commits Tax Fraud. And it's a Zelda-like game. And just on the name alone, I was like, okay, I'm in. Turnip Boy Commits Tax Fraud. At first, I confused it with, there was an indie game at an indie showcase, an indie world a few years ago, that I think is called Grape Story. It's like Grape Story or something. And at first, I confused it with that. But no, yeah, the game it's Turnip Boy Commits Tax Fraud. And I'm like, oh, what a great name. It just came out on Switch. I was hoping it was going to come to Game Pass, because I would buy that game in a heartbeat. If that was a Game Pass game, I'd play it in a heartbeat. It doesn't appear to be at the moment, but we'll see. I don't even know if it's on any other consoles other than Switch and Steam. But yeah, Turnip Boy Commits Tax Fraud. That's the indie game I have my eye on at the moment. Of course, I'm not actually playing any indie games at the moment, because, again, Switch is broken. Broken, I use air quotes. There are only 4 rocks I can check for this stupid Wharf Roach. And I found it on 1, and then I stepped on it on accident. So speaking of stuff coming to Switch, so if you've ever watched an Xbox live stream, Xbox likes to hide stuff in the background of their live streams. Famously, the Xbox Series X was hidden in the live stream about the Xbox One X, or the Xbox Series X. Right, like 3 or 4 months before the Series X, or before the Series S was even announced, the Series S was hidden in like Phil Spencer's background. Recently there's been a lot of Kojima related stuff in the background of Xbox streams. And of course people are like, hey, and we now know that Microsoft is working with Kojima. But also recently, there have been a lot of Nintendo Switches hidden in the background of Xbox streams. So of course people are now wondering, hey, is something, because I know Xbox has considered, or at least they've talked about how they'd be willing to put things like Game Pass or xCloud on Nintendo Switch. And since all these Switches are showing up in Xbox streams, and it's happened more than once. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. And it's happened more than once. Has a Nintendo Switch shown up in an Xbox stream. And like we know people like Phil Spencer has a Switch, in the same way like Sakurai and has a PlayStation and an Xbox. But yeah, no, people are now wondering, like, does this mean something? That, hey, is maybe Game Pass coming to Switch? Is xCloud coming to Switch? xCloud just came out on, or at least they're doing a beta for xCloud on iOS. And so far, that seems to be working pretty well from what I've heard. I don't know, I've never used xCloud before. Because, you know, I've only had an Xbox for, like... it's probably close to 6 months. Yeah, it's probably close to 6 months. But yeah, so I don't know. Is something Xbox related coming to Switch? That's totally possible. If nothing happens, I also wouldn't be surprised either. I mean, do I one day hope that we'll get the Banjo-Kazooie games and the Rare Replay collection on Switch? Would that be actually really cool? And then we finally get the Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong Racing, and Donkey Kong 64 games on Switch. Plus, I guess, GoldenEye. Yes, because all the licensing is bullshit. That would be so cool to get. And you know what? If we got the Rare Replay collection on Switch, I think, you know, and the reason it'll never happen is because I could totally see a deal where, like, the Rare Replay collection comes to Switch with all the Donkey Kong games, but also all the Donkey Kong games come to Xbox. Right? All the Rare developed Donkey Kong games. And I just can't see Nintendo doing that. I just can't see... I think it would be the perfect opportunity, and it would work. It's a great deal for everyone, but I just can't see Xbox doing it. Or Nintendo doing it. Xbox would do it in a freaking heartbeat, because Xbox, I mean, I know Xbox spent over a decade building up, like, this aura of, like, console war hatred between themselves and Sony and technically Nintendo. But Phil Spencer, at the end of the day, doesn't care. He doesn't care about the console wars, and Xbox has been the first one to set aside their difference and be like, yeah, we'll work together. And, I mean, Nintendo was like, we don't care, sure, do whatever you want. Right, you want crossplay? Yeah, sure, we have no opinion either way. And recently, Sony's been bending. I mean, Sony's been doing crossplay. MLB The Show, a PlayStation-developed game, is not only on Xbox, but it's also on Game Pass. That's kind of a big deal. And I mean, maybe there's some more complications behind the scenes for that. But that's still a PlayStation game on Xbox. That was inconceivable, even just like 3 years ago. And of course, Minecraft has been on systems since, oh god, for probably a decade now. It's getting close to it anyways. I mean, it is the 10th year of the fishing jamboree, so yeah, it's probably been about a decade. Do I have any water? Speaking of PlayStation, so this got leaked on PlayStation's Polish website. It's this thing called PlayStation Plus Video Pass. Basically, if you have, because, you know, PlayStation is trying to compete with Game Pass without making their own Game Pass. And it was like, hey, we're testing out this new thing called PlayStation Plus Video Pass. Basically, if you have this Video Pass, which is good for a year, you get access to Sony movies on your PlayStation through PlayStation Plus. And the example they used were the Zombieland sequel, Venom, and I know there was a third one that I don't remember. And, you know, I don't think that's the worst idea in the world. Right now, as we find out the next day, this is a thing they are testing, but only in Poland. This is something that's only happening in Poland, so I don't think any of us are in Poland. Statistically, somebody is who's watched the stream at some point. But yeah, I guess this is neat. PlayStation is trying to compete with all the other consoles, especially Xbox, and because Xbox Game Pass is so good, and it's such a steal that you can't really ignore it anymore. I mean, like, I was a big hater of Xbox going into the last console generation, the, 8th console generation? And then, by the end of the generation, no, I'm much more lenient on Microsoft. I own an Xbox One. Game Pass is a great service, and I just played Rain on Your Parade, a game I would have never heard of if it had come to Game Pass, and it was a really fun game. So yeah, no, I'm definitely much more lenient on Xbox, and I get PlayStation trying to compete. I think that makes sense. I don't know how well this is gonna work out. Oh god. I still have my script open from the Winter Soldier review earlier today. I forgot to close that. Oh, that's funny. I'm booting up Twitter. Give me a second. But yeah, no, I think that's kind of neat. I think it's just, I think eventually PlayStation is probably going to make their own Game Pass. I don't know when. I mean, there is PlayStation Now, but I bet they're probably going to do something to, like, I don't know, maybe merge them or something. Have you played Cat Goes Fishing? No, I haven't. What's that about? That sounds interesting. Here it is. But yeah, no, I think, I don't know, I can see PlayStation's got to compete somehow, and if this is one of the, because, like, the fact that it's only in Poland means they're just experimenting with it right now. You know what? And you know what I found? Speaking of Sony movies, so a while ago, you might have seen a trailer for a movie called Connected. It's developed by Sony Animations. Lord and Miller, you know, the guys who did 21 Jump Street, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Into the Spider-Verse, they're producing it. It's an indie fishing game. That might be fun. But yeah, it's so they're doing a new movie called Connected. Beautiful animation. It's about like a dad taking his like driving his daughter to college, and like robots show up at one point, and it looked pretty decent, all things considered, right? It was like, this movie actually looks pretty good. As I found out earlier today, that movie comes out next week. It's coming to Netflix next week. The movie's no longer called Connected. It's now called, like, The Mitchells versus the Machines. But yeah, Sony is releasing a major animated movie to Netflix in, like, 7 days. Like, a week from today. Okay, I think it's a week from yesterday. But still. Yeah, I haven't seen any marketing. I hadn't heard about it until I was Googling something today. I was Googling the Mortal Kombat movie, and in the related feature, that came up. So yeah, no, Sony, I mean, and this Connected movie looks fantastic. The trailer looked great, and we'll probably talk about it next week. But yeah, no, I'm totally down for whatever it is. And yeah, I don't know, I just thought I'd bring that up at some point, because yeah, that looks interesting. Okay, so it's an indie fishing game that's oddly addicting. You start off as a tiny fish, and you catch, like, sea monsters by the end. Yeah. What is it like? It's like the first segment of Spore, or what, like, Maneater promised to be, until Maneater was a total letdown. Maneater was okay. I just didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. Yeah. So, next up, so Pokemon Snap comes out next week. Or, correction, new Pokemon Snap. Because fuck everything, right? It's got to be called new Pokemon Snap. And, so back in the... So, this was... I don't remember this at all, because I didn't have Pokemon Snap as a kid. But back in the day, you take pictures in Pokemon Snap, and then you would go to your local Blockbuster, and they'd have a machine, and you could insert your cartridge of Pokemon Snap, and the machine would print out your pictures. And, right, this was before the internet. This was really cool, right? That's a really cool thing. Like, you can print out your pictures in Pokemon Snap. And, of course, a modern-day Pokemon Snap, well, nowadays you just share everything to Twitter. Right? You just take your pictures and you share them to Twitter. So who cares about, right? Like, it doesn't matter. But Nintendo had the idea that, like, hey, what if we still make a printer? They're not actually making a printer. They're teaming up with this company that makes this thing called, so it's Instant Mini-Link smartphone app for Nintendo Switch, releasing April 30th for printing screenshots in time for new Pokemon Snap. Works together with Fujifilm Instamax Links printer, Pikachu case with printer bundle next month for $120. And yeah, it's this little, like, printer thing that you can send your screenshots from your phone or from your Switch to your phone, and then this little, like, mini printer will just print them out. I mean, again, it's, you can just do this with an actual printer, or as everyone else just does, share it to Twitter. Right? But they've got a special Pokemon one. It's got a little Pikachu on it, right? That's kind of cute. Personally, I think that's kind of neat. Just because, right, a lot of people's I've never played Pokemon Snap, but a lot of people's memories with Pokemon Snap are of this. Right? Of them going to a Blockbuster and right, getting their pictures printed out at a Blockbuster. So, of course, it just makes sense for Nintendo to do, like, a team-up like this. It's not like they're making an actual printer or anything. They're just, right, teaming up with a studio to, like, that already makes these little, like, smartphone printers. And I know there are, like, right, like, Instagram printers. God, remember when Instagram made those glasses? God, remember when Google made those glasses? I still think, in theory, the Google Glass thing is cool. Kind of like the like things like smartwatches. In theory, they're really cool. And there are some cool smartwatches out there. But in theory, like, having, like, a lens of a sunglass that is like a phone screen that you can do things on is really cool. It's just Google Glass wasn't. I met a guy who I was at a convention Oh, God. This must have been 2014, 2015. And there was someone there who had a Google Glass who was wearing it around. Oh, God. Again, I think it's cool technology. It's just, it looks stupid as hell. Eventually, it's going to come back eventually, and it's going to look cool. Like, you just got to make it look cool, and it'll do the rest. But yeah, no, I know people are probably going to be happy this little, like, printer exists, because, you know, the little printer thing is cool. And people have fond memories of printing their pictures in Pokemon Snap. I don't. But I know... Oh, is Beetle Fights right now? Oh, shit. I think Beetle Fights are right now. Oh, fuck yeah. Beetle Fights. But yeah, I don't know. I was planning on picking up the new Pokemon Snap. I really was. And then my Switch started breaking. Oh, yeah. Score, Beetle. I was gonna pick up the new Pokemon Snap. Because I've never played the original. And I was like, yeah, I guess I might as well pick up the new one. And yeah, now my Switch is breaking, and I'm sure we could still do it, but I probably won't. I was thinking about streaming it, I was considering it, but that's probably not going to happen anymore, and that kind of sucks. But admittedly, I have only watched the original reveal trailer for new Pokemon Snap. Maybe I've seen like one or two more that have shown up at like Pokemon Directs. But I've just avoided any spoilers for this game. Like, I feel like there's been a lot of overview trailers for the new Pokemon Snap, and I just haven't been watching them. No, I have not. But speaking of Pokemon, I guess that takes us into WIBE. So there's these two artists on Twitters. They're sisters. They're triplets. But I follow two of them. They go by Mana and Kira, and they do a lot. They're artists, and they do some great stuff. I love their work, and a lot of what they do outside of that is they do Pokemon hunting. They do shiny hunting, and recently, Mana, let's go with that, has been booted up Pokemon X and Y. And has been catching an insane amount of shinies. And, like she caught, like, 8 or 9 in a single day. That's more shinies than I have caught in my 20 years of playing Pokemon. Technically, it isn't. I think she needed to catch one more, and then she'd be tied. But, like, holy shit, that's a lot of shiny Pokemon. I'm nowhere close to that. So I saw her talking about it on Twitter, and I was like, you know, I should boot up Pokemon X and Y, see if I can catch a shiny. Yeah, in like an hour and a half, I caught a shiny Teddiursa. Wasn't what I was looking for, because I was using the Friend Safari method, because I don't have the shiny Charm in X and Y. But yeah, I caught a shiny Teddiursa, so I did a bit of shiny hunting. I tried for like another like hour and a half, didn't catch anything else. But yeah, no, I had fun with that. I don't know. Usually I don't have the patience for shiny hunting. But I had Chilled Chaos streaming in the background. I just put up one of his Town of Salem Among Us Town of Salem streams in the background. Had that going and just shiny hunted. And yeah, sure enough, I posted a picture on Twitter. I caught a shiny Teddiursa. I thought it was pretty cool. And yeah, so I've been playing some Pokemon, and yeah, that was fun. I don't plan on shiny hunting again anytime soon, because shiny hunting is a lot. It's like, really, I don't know. Part of me finds it kind of boring. Part of me thinks that, I could be spending my time better doing something else, you know? But I don't know. Shiny hunting is kind of cool in its own way. Oh, we caught that one on my birthday. Oh, that's neat. Golden Trout. I'm looking for anything that says... I guess it would be December. Yeah, so I've been doing a little bit of shiny hunting. I don't know, part of me would boot up Sword and Shield, But again, god damn it, this Switch kind of breaking has ruined everything for me. It has thrown my, like, everything I was planning on doing out of whack, you know? Like, not all my plans are ruined. That's a little bit of an overstatement. Eh. Hi, Maddie. I'm so tired. Hi, Maddie. How you doing? Or would it... Yeah. Look at all these fish. No, we're not doing the Little Mermaid again. But yeah, so I did a little bit of shiny hunting, and I've talked previously about how back in 2016, I tried to create a living. I was like, you know what? Over the year, I'm gonna play through one game from every generation, and try to get a complete living dex, right, of every Pokemon in every game. In 2016, I beat like 2 games. Well, 3, because I did Gens 1, worked a little bit on Gen 2, did Gen 7 and something else. And then over the years, I did Gen 2, I did half of Gen 4, I did Gen 6, and I did Gen 7, I did Gen 8, and yeah, obviously 7. The only game I hadn't touched, because I started Gen 4 and I just didn't beat it, I didn't do Gen 5. So this weekend, I was like, you know what? So after doing that bit of shiny hunting, I was like, you know what? I'm going to boot up Gen 5 of Pokemon. Black and White. I haven't played Black and White in a long time. You know, I guess maybe it's the time, right? I booted up. A lot of people... how Pokemon works is when a Pokemon game comes out, people hate it. Then it takes about like 6 or 7 years. People will look back on that game and realize, you know what? That was actually a really good game. It happened with Gen 3. It happened with Gen 4. It happened with Gen 5. It's currently happening with Gen 6. Will Gen 6 get the praise that Gens 3, 4, and 5 did? Probably not. Like, I don't think... Like, it went from Gen 1 is the best Pokemon game. Gen 2 is the best Pokemon game. Gen 3 is the best Pokemon game. Gen 4 is the best Pokemon game. And nowadays, people tend to agree that Gen 5 is the best Pokemon game. Will Gen 6, like, by the end, in like a year or two, have that same treatment? Probably not. But I think people are already coming around to realizing that Gen 6 is actually a pretty good, decent Pokemon game. Gen 7, Gen 7 is currently my favorite Pokemon game. I replayed it 2 years ago, I think, and it's so good. It does not get nearly enough credit for how good it actually is. And give it like 3 years, and yeah, people will realize it's the best Pokemon game. And yeah, I just don't think people will come around on Gen 7. Or yeah, Gen 6. And I doubt they will also come around on Gen 8 either. Like, people will realize that it does a lot of good things, and it does, but Gen 7's got a lot of crap in it. At least, like, Gen 6 got some crap in it as well. Like, Gen 6 has a terrible story. Like, I do not give a shit about its story. I don't give a shit about its characters. But Gen 6 has the strongest Pokemon design of any game. There is not a single bad Pokemon design in Gen 6. That is the only generation I can say that about. Really? Gen 8's buggy? I haven't really... I mean, I think I've had like 1 or 2 moments, but nothing that bad. I don't know. I still think people are going to come around on Gen 8. Just give it some... It's never going to be heralded as one of the best. In Gen 6, if you hit a tree with a bike, it lowers your frames to 6. That is admittedly a problem. In Gen 6... or in Gen 8, just using the online functionality with other people walking around just cuts the frame rate in half. That is a problem. I do get that one. But yeah, and so I started up Gen 8. And the first thing I noticed, or Gen 5, and the first thing I noticed about Gen 5 is, so one of the problems with modern Pokemon games is that they tend to over-tutorialize themselves. Everyone knows how to play Pokemon. Babies know how to play Pokemon, right? It's so easy to understand. The problem with modern Pokemon games is that they take forever to do their tutorials. Gen 7 is, I think, the worst. Gen 7's tutorial takes like 2 hours. And I think it takes like another 2 hours to do like the first gym. It takes for fucking ever. A really good game, that Gen 7. It's just, its tutorial is really long. Gen 8 got a little better with the tutorial. I think Gen 8's tutorial is like half an hour to an hour at most. But then it takes like another 3 hours to get to the first gym. It takes forever to get to the first gym in Gen 8. Gen 5? You start Gen 5, immediately get your Pokemon, and you've beaten the first gym within an hour. Holy shit. I don't remember it starting that fast. No pretense, nothing. Immediately start the game, get your Pokemon, do your first battle. Oh, go instantly right after that, go to the tall grass. Learn how to catch Pokemon. Next scene, hey, guess what? Team Plasma's showing up. They hate Pokemon trainers. Next scene, do the first gym. It goes by so fast. And it's so, the opening of Gen 8 is, yeah, it's the best opening of a Pokemon game. The fact that it gets all that done in like an hour, maybe you might have to do a little grinding before the gym, but at most that throws on another like 10, 30 minutes at most. I am so impressed with how fast that goes. And the start is so good because the first gym changes type depending on which starter you chose. And you can get the Pokemon your starter is weak to. You can go get one, either Pansage, Panpour, or Pansear. That's really clever design. Going to the second gym, it's a normal type gym, and there's a bunch of Pokemon with fighting types around. So if you need a fighting type, yeah, you can easily go get one. Second gym is also you get into the second gym like an hour late, probably like 2 hours later. Not long at all, and that's with a little bit of grinding along the way. And yeah, I've beaten the first 2 gyms, and the game starts off so strong. Like, I forgot how good Gen 5 start is. Is it the best Pokemon game? We'll see, and I'll probably keep you updated. I plan on doing some things with Gen 8 or Gen 5. I'll probably post a lot of them on Twitter. Maybe in the art section of the Discord. But yeah, I have some ideas. I don't know, I'm just experimenting because, you know, I have... While I am busy with school, right now I have the most free time I will have probably for the next year. So I might as well take some advantage of it, you know? But yeah, and I have an idea. We'll see how it all turns out. But yeah, I've done the first 2 gyms as of this moment, and the game just starts off really solid. The Pokemon, I know a lot of people complain about Gen 5's unoriginality when it comes to Pokemon, but as I have come to realize in recent, I've always liked Gen 5. Like, the only reason I don't say it's my favorite is just because I haven't replayed it recently. I admitted that. And whereas like Gen 7, I just replayed, like I said, a year or 2 ago. I did one of the I think I did Ultra Sun. Really good game. Still does not get enough. People will come around and give it the credit it deserves. But that'll happen in due time. But yeah, no, Gen 5's starting really strong, and it's basically a soft reboot for Pokemon. They have basically soft rebooted Pokemon, which I think is a very clever way. I think the designs are all reminiscent of the old ones, but in like a good and interesting way. And yeah, so far... Oh, I chose a Snivy. I call it Snivy. I know Snivy is also used. I chose one of... Because I don't... Oshawott fine. I think I used an Oshawott in my Let's Play, or the first time I played the game. I hate firefighting type, and Emboar is firefighting type. So yeah, over time, as Gen 5 has gone on, Snivy and Superior have become my favorite. Yeah. But yeah, I'm having fun with Gen 5 right now. Pokemon games are good, and yeah, well, I'll see how far I can get into it. Oh, so you know my quest to get those DIYs I'm missing, right? Like, I still don't have the sign DIY. Well, I may not have the signed DIY, but I finally got the double bed. That double bed DIY I've been trying so hard to get, I finally got it. This happened like last week. Oh, really? Really, game? I can't... I fucking hate you. I fucking hate... You know, wands are super convenient, but at the same time, it sucks to do anything with them. Like, seriously, it kinda sucks to use a wand. Just such a massive inconvenience. I was gonna go update my dream. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. What else? So a while ago, it was announced that a book was being made about Iwata, right? So the former president of Nintendo, the late Satoru Iwata. And it was called Ask Iwata. And it was like, oh, a book about Iwata and all of his sayings and right what he did. That sounds really good. And then a few months, and then like after that, it was announced that, yeah, no, not only are they making it, but they're releasing it in America as well. They're translating it into English, and it will be releasing in America. And earlier this week, sometime late last week, it officially released. And of course, I saw it on Amazon and was like, yeah, no, you know, I'll pick that up. I think it was even on sale. It was like $13 or something like that. I'll pick up a hardcover edition. Yeah, sure, that sounds fantastic. So I picked that up, and it came in the mail yesterday. So I haven't read much of it. I've only read a little bit. Let's wake up. But so far, I'm enjoying it. It's definitely, so, I'll admit, when it comes to celebrities' deaths, I've never been really personal about it. Like, when a celebrity passes away, like when Carrie Fisher or Chadwick Boseman passed away, it didn't really hit me in the same way it does, like, most other... Like, you see people, right, you hear wailing in the streets, right, and all that. But I didn't know them on a personal level, so it doesn't... Like, I'm the type of person, I'll cry at basically any movie, but, like, the death of a celebrity just doesn't really get to me, right? Like, it's never really affected me. But Iwata is the one exception. And sure, and in the future, yeah. Some celebrity's death will probably just break my heart. But Iwata got me. When Iwata passed away in 2016, yeah. Yeah, when Iwata passed away, yeah, it was just like, he was, Iwata is considered the one good man in video games, the one good video game CEO. When time after time you see people like Bobby Kotick, who fires 200 employees and then makes $200 million, or when you see people like Yves Guillemot, who actively protect sexual harassers in their company. Iwata was the one good person. He actually cared about people. He cared about his employees. When the Wii U was failing, he didn't fire his employees. I couldn't even see where the spider was. He didn't fire his employees. He took a pay cut. He was the one good video game CEO. And his late passing was devastating. And I cried. There was this one comic. I've lost it. It probably exists somewhere out there, but to me personally, it's been lost to time. But it was just Iwata doing the thank you, please understand. And then the artist was like, no, thank you. And it destroyed me. It would bring me to tears instantly. Even just thinking about it makes me sad. So I picked up this Ask Iwata book. And just reading the first chapter, I was in, or just the opening, like the prologue or whatever. What do they call it? I mean, they call it the preface, whatever they call it. Yeah, the preface, which is about him, right, and everything he's done. And it just destroyed me. I was in tears, man. Fuck. And the back of the oh god, the back of the book is the quote that, "On my business card I am a corporate president. In my mind I am a game developer, but in my heart I'm a gamer." That fucking got me as well. Like, I've heard that quote 100 times. Even right now, I'm tearing up. That, oh my god. No other celebrity, right, famous person. No, just Iwata. And yeah, it's still I'm very early on into it, but it's good so far. It's only like 150 pages. Pick it up. I'm glad this book came out here in the States, right? That it got an official release, it got an official translation, and yeah, we might talk about it again in the future. But so far, yeah. Did I have anything else in WIBE? Well, Mortal Kombat, but yeah. I guess let's talk Mortal Kombat, shall we? So the Mortal Kombat movie came out today. It released on HBO Max and in theaters. Of course, where I live, there are no theaters open. Again, if Godzilla vs. Kong came to a theater near me and it was out in IMAX, I'd probably go see it. Of course, I am vaccinated and I take the safety precautions. I'd wear a mask, right? Everything. But I want to see Godzilla and Kong in IMAX. And I don't know. Would I have seen this movie if it was just like an average movie release? Yeah, probably still. Again, back in the day, I used to watch a movie a week. About a movie a week. Sometimes I'd miss something. Sometimes there was just nothing I wanted to see, right? It happens. But the new Mortal Kombat came out, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna watch it, right? So I watched it today, and it's okay. Like, I'm not gonna say it's great. Even on just the level of like, oh yeah, I came in for some good, right? Like with Godzilla vs. Kong, I was like, just give me some cool monster fight scenes, and just don't make it super boring. And you know what? It succeeded on both those levels. The monster fight scenes with Godzilla, Kong, and Mechagodzilla were amazing. And I actually liked I liked the little girl. I think her name's Gia or something like that. At least the character's name is. She was great. So I enjoyed the movie a lot. Especially after they killed Serizawa in the second one. And that's my thoughts on the second one as well. That it was just a fun monster fighting action. So when I saw the Mortal Kombat trailer, which we talked about on stream, I think, probably during Animal Crossing, I was like, as long as it's just a good, fun time about people beating each other up, yeah, sure, it'll probably be good. And that was there. And that's why I keep this above like 5 out of 10. Is because that was there. But the other stuff surrounding it, like, I'm not going to say it's like terrible or anything. Because part of it is that the movie does take itself very seriously. That, like, this is a tournament for the fate of the world. But the other part of the movie is just like, oh, let's make some jokes, right? Point out how stupid this all is. And they like, say phrases from the movie or from the game. Like, at one point, Kano kills, like, this lizard thing. And he kills it. And then he says, like, Kano wins. Or at another point, they say, fate. I don't remember who says it, but someone's like, fatality. Yeah, not tonight. I'm just gonna talk about Mortal Kombat, and then we're gonna end off. Probably no more than 10 minutes. I say that now, but yeah. Because I need to go to bed at some point tonight. I can't. Normally I'm up for doing like several hours. Especially, well, okay, not since the Switch has been broken. But yeah, maybe another night. Yeah, because we're just... are we going to get into spoilers for Mortal Kombat? I might say spoilers, but But yeah, I don't know. So there's that part of the movie that's just like finish him, fatality, stuff like that. That is just kind of like it's like it's clear they're just stealing lines from the game, and it's kind of cringe. But there's other parts of it, right? The action is cool. It's bloody. It's violent. It's kind of fun. There are some good moments. Some of the characters I actually kind of, I guess I technically gave a shit about. Like, the standout character for me is Kano. Kano is an asshole, an unrepentant asshole. And he's a lot of fun. He's just an asshole to everybody. And I think it's really funny, honestly. Kano is the standout performance of the movie. And I think he works really well. But, like, Sonya Blade, I didn't care about. Jax was okay, I guess. He's one of the better ones. The new main guy... Oh, God. And see, I don't like all the characters I recognize more or less, except for the main character, Cole. I've never heard of this guy before, so I have no idea if he's original to the movie, if he's just some character I've never fucking heard of before. Most of the others I recognize. Okay, there's like this guy with a hammer that I don't remember at all, just off the top of my head. I've played some of the Mortal Kombat games, like I think. The reboot, when they rebooted the franchise, I don't know, like 6 or 7 years ago. I thought that game was really good. And then I think that was like 9. And nowadays they're up to 11 and I just don't give a shit anymore. 9 was, I think it was 8 or 9 was really good. God, that 8 or 9 probably came out a decade ago now that I'm thinking about it. But 10 was pretty decent. And I think 11 came out like 2 years ago. I don't give a shit about Mortal Kombat. I mean, I gave a shit about like 8 or 9 because I think that was on the 360. So yeah, it was probably a decade ago now. And I had a 360. But yeah, and I also should say the original Mortal Kombat movie, I don't care for. I mean, I don't. It's not the out of all the video game movies to come out in the late 80s, early 90s. It's far from the worst. But it was just never for me. I'll be honest. I just did not care for it at all. The sequel, and I've seen both it and the sequel. The sequel is terrible. It's so bad. And yeah, it's definitely better than both of those. I was definitely entertained. But there are some slower moments. There are some good moments. But there are also some slower moments in this movie. I mean, if you have HBO, you might as well watch it anyways. I mean, like, what else are you doing? I mean, if you've got HBO, it's kind of like seeing a free movie, you know? Like, I probably would have paid a ticket price for this, but I don't know, that's just because I like movies. But yeah, no, I guess I'd recommend it. I guess spoilers right now. God, I wish I had a spoiler tag. Can I make a spoiler tag real quick? Give me a second. Let me mess with OBS for a second. Oh god, that's bigger than I wanted it. Yeah, let's just put that up there. So, as long as that's on screen, I'm just talking full spoilers about Mortal Kombat. So, spoilers. Right, this is the big warning. I'll remove that once I'm done talking about them. So the movie starts off with a scene of like, right, there's this ice guy who fights like this farmer who are Sub-Zero and Scorpion. The Sub-Zero ends up winning and Scorpion dies, but hey, his daughter lives. And so the big thing is like how, and right, the daughter lives, and then like generations down the line, his daughter is the main, right? Basically, Scorpion is related to the main character. And there's a stupid fucking prophecy, because this movie does not need a prophecy, but it has this prophecy about how like Scorpion will like unite the people and will like save Outworld, or like his grandchild will. And the villain's whole plan is to like, oh well, they can't win the Mortal Kombat tournament if everyone who's fighting is dead. So the villain's whole plan is just to kill all the heroes, because the Earth can't defend itself if all the heroes are dead. And so you have this fights, and you've got some good fights. Liu Kang is in it. And yeah, along the way, a few characters die. Kano turns evil, which like we all expected, right? Because he's the evil one. He's the guy with the robot arm. Jax gets his cyborg arms. Sonya Blade doesn't actually like. They all have like these symbols on them, which are like invitations to like the Mortal Kombat tournament that act as their like powers that like allow them to access special powers. But the thing is, the Mortal Kombat tournament never fucking happens in this movie. No, the entire plot is just the villains fucking with the heroes because they don't want them to compete in the tournament. The tournament doesn't happen. And the movie, because of that, the movie just kind of feels unfinished. At the end, right, so the main character has like a family. He's got a wife and a daughter that he loves, and his entire motivation for fighting is to protect them. Well, at the end, Sub-Zero shows up, kidnaps his wife and daughter, and is like, oh, I'm gonna fight you. After they defeat like Mileena, which Melina's in this movie, but Mileena is a clone of Kitana, and Kitana's not in this movie. I mean, yeah, okay. But, so Sub-Zero kidnaps his family, so he goes after them, and then his great-great-great-great-grandfather shows up as Scorpion, and they fight off Scorpion. He saves his family. His Scorpion is able to kill Sub-Zero, and boom, all's well that ends well. Raiden shows up and is like, okay, well, we've defeated this threat, but there are many more threats trying to take over the Earth world. So now we need to assemble a team. And like, there's not even like a post-credit scene, because they know nobody would stay for the credits. So it's just immediately after that scene, we get like set up for like, hey, the main character's going to Hollywood because they're gonna go get Johnny Cage. The movie ends on sequel bait. Like, I know the first movie I think sets up like a sequel, if I remember correctly. I don't know, it's been a long time since I've seen it. But yeah, no, a lot of this movie is just set up for another movie. That is, because, everything has to have a cinematic universe nowadays. But this movie is clearly just set up for an actual Mortal Kombat movie. Right? Where they actually do the Mortal Kombat movie. Or the tournament. Where Johnny Cage and Kitana actually show up. And they actually do the tournament. And of course they build toward, right, because they have this guy who like sucks souls. Like, that's the main villain in this, who like they don't even have, they fight Scorpion or Sub-Zero, but they don't even have like a fight with the main villain. Right? Like the guy who's like steals Liu Kang's soul or whatever. No, they don't even get a fight. They don't even fight him. Raiden just blasts him with lightning and he disappears into like another dimension. And then, yeah, there's this really awkward scene where, like, after they've all got their ass kicked and Liu Kang dies, they're all, like, in the void, and the main character is, like, stepped up now because he had to save his family from Goro, ? And he's like, oh, I've stepped up now. I've realized it now. Now I'm going to be the one in charge. Now I'm going to be the one that makes the plan. Completely, like, different from how his character just was a second ago. But, okay, fine, whatever. So, yeah, they don't even fight the big bad villain. That's just sequel bait. Of course, at the end-all be-all villain is Shao Kahn. So probably in the next movie, they'll actually get the team together. They'll go fight this guy who sucks souls is. And then they'll defeat him, and it's like, no, there is another. And then Shao Kahn, one of the hardest bosses of any video game. Like, seriously, Shao Kahn was a pain, and whatever the Mortal Kombat reboot game was, he was a pain in the fucking ass. I never beat him. But yeah, that's my guess is what they're building up towards. And there's a lot of like little Easter eggs along the way. And I think you even see a statue of him at one point. But yeah, it doesn't really have like a conclusive ending, and instead just like sequel baits us at the end. Will that be enough? Will we get a sequel? I don't know. I don't know. I'd probably watch a sequel. I think because we've now got all the setup out of the way, just getting straight into it and actually like getting Johnny Cage and Katana and doing the tournament might work a little better. Because there's a lot of human element to this movie that I just don't like. Kind of like Godzilla vs. Kong. There's this whole human element that I just don't care about. But I'm not going to say the movie is bad. Again, the action is still really cool. Sure, the rest of it makes no sense or is confusing or stupid or whatever. And there are some cringy moments and some weird dialogue. But I still had fun with it. Like the action's cool. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like the ending just is like, what? That's where we're ending? Like, it makes sense. Luckily, the movie's not even 2 hours long. Honestly, part of me wants to argue that you could cut this movie down into like an hour and a half, and it might just cut out some of the bullshit, and it might be even better. On it, like, just cut out some of the bullshit that I don't care about, and you might be able to make a good movie and like a better movie out of it. Because I know there's this thing like, oh well, Schneider cut, right? We got to make 4-hour movies. We got to make a 5-hour King Kong movie. Oh, we got to make a 10-hour Avengers movie. Yeah, I don't need every movie to be that long. I'm fine just having an hour and a half long movie. Was that the Bill and Ted? Was the Bill and Ted reboot like an hour and a half long? Oh God, how long was Bill and Ted Face the Music? Because I feel like that was short, and that was one of the things I was like, oh, thank God this is short. And it delivered. I liked the Bill and Ted. Did we talk about it at the time? I think we did. But I liked the Bill and Ted reboot. Where is it? I know I have it. I stupid bought the thing. Face the Music. 91 minutes. Yeah, that's an hour and a half. That's not bad. Yeah, no, that was really short. Yeah, no, the Bill and Ted reboot was pretty good. I liked it fine enough. I thought it was a good end off to the series. Yeah. But yeah, that's Mortal Kombat. Go watch. If you have HBO or get HBO Max and get the like 7-day free trial, go watch Godzilla, which is a much better movie. I really enjoyed that Godzilla. And then watch this, and yeah, you'll get your money's worth. Watch some Batman the Animated Series along the way, because Batman the Animated Series is really good. I've been watching Superman the Animated Series. Yeah. So yeah, I'm done with spoilers. Yeah, do whatever you want. Yeah. No, I have actually been watching, I finished season 2 of Batman the Animated Series. And now I've started Superman the Animated Series, and I finished season 1. Finished season 1 in like 2 days. It's only like 13 episodes, and like one episode's a 3-parter, one episode's a 2-parter. It's easily knocked out. Yeah, really good though. So, as we come back to where it all started, I gotta ask the question, what's next? Right? Like for some reason I keep doing this, and I don't know why. But let's ask the question, what's next for the stream? Next week, we'll probably be back in Fall Guys. I didn't even talk about Fall Guys. I've been playing Fall Guys every day. And, I'm almost max leveled in the season. I'm like, probably by the time we do Fall Guys next week, I will be max level. But yeah, so we'll probably, in chat, we'll still probably be in Fall Guys. But next week, we're still doing I'll probably do 3D World. I don't know. I'm busy, but I'm also not super busy, so I get to stuff whenever I get to stuff. Definitely, I mean, I know I'm busy Sunday, but man, maybe tomorrow we'll do 3D World. We still have what, like 30 levels to beat, and then at some point we'll take on the Champions Road. Bowser's Fury we'll do at some point. I have one. There's. I'm just gonna fucking say it. You know, I've been hinting at that I have something else planned. So, like I said earlier, the new Pokemon Snap comes out on a week from today, or something like that. It comes out soon, and I have never played the original Pokemon Snap. So I was thinking I was gonna boot up the Wii U again and buy the original Pokemon Snap, which is N64 emulation, because it's not on Switch. Nope, you gotta boot up a fucking Wii U to do it. I guess you could also just get an emulator, but yeah, I was gonna buy the original Pokemon Snap. I've never played it before. I know I could do it in like, I think it takes like 3 hours to 100% the game, if I remember correctly. That was my plan, is that we were just gonna take 3 hours set aside and we were gonna 100% Pokemon Snap. I was hoping we would have beaten 3D World and Bowser's Fury by this point, but because of my stupid Switch overheating issue, we haven't. Because then I was thinking that after we do the original Pokemon Snap, I was going to stream the sequel. And while I'm still thinking I'm going to do Pokemon Snap, the original, because that's on Wii U, I don't think I'm doing the sequel. I don't know. Admittedly, the thing is, while I've never played Pokemon Snap, I've watched over like a dozen Let's Plays and a few speed runs. I mean, I think I watched a Let's Play as recently as earlier this year. I watched somebody stream it on Twitch. So yeah, I more or less know what to do, but we might get some fun out of it. And the new one looks interesting, and yeah, I was planning on streaming it. I don't know, but yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. After we do 3D World, I said I'm moving over to Xbox. I have not revealed what we're doing on Xbox, but it will be different. I know I'm a Nintendo guy. I talk about Nintendo every week, as I have done for 10 years. Okay, it's coming up on 11 years. But I occasionally along the way, I have taken breaks from Nintendo. I did the 3 BioShock games way back in the day. And while I would love to redo those games, like I'd love to replay BioShock. I almost bought the collection. I saw the BioShock collection on sale for like $3. Okay, it was probably closer to like 5. And I was going to buy it, and then the sale ended like a day early. Like I thought the sale ended on like the 20th, but the sale actually ended on the 19th, so I missed it. But yeah. But I do have... It's definitely going to be different than anything I've ever done. And, I mean, I've already said before, I worry that after I moved away from Animal Crossing, that kind of kills the stream for me, right? Like, all my popularity and stuff dies. And I guess I still have those worries, but, I mean, I'm already sinking a ship. Not like I can sink any deeper. Correction, I can, and you'll see. But that's probably not going to start until next month. And then, of course, I do have worries. In June, I start summer school, and I have summer classes, and again, they're supposedly really fucking hard. Like, I've been warned that these are some hard classes, especially because you're learning an entire semesters of school, an entire, 14 weeks of school in, 4/8. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If it comes to, and we'll, again, what's new happens every week, so we'll keep talking about it. But if it comes down to it, I might move in chat to Saturday, and that will be the only stream. Every week, it's just in chat, and that's it. I don't want it to come to that, obviously, but I am open to that being a possibility. But yeah, I guess we should wrap up Animal Crossing right there. It's been fun. I'm glad for day 400. I'm glad I booted up the game again, and yeah, we did. Yeah, it's day 400. We'll be the next time we do Animal Crossing will either be whenever there's a new update, or at day 500. Okay, maybe day 469. I don't know, I'm still playing the game every day, for better or worse. yeah. I don't know. We walked around for like an hour today. Yeah. Yeah, Animal Crossing's still a really good game, and yeah, I have a lot planned in the future. I'm going to bed right now. I'm so fucking tired. I haven't slept in like a day, and it's, oh god. Oh, I've also been watching anime. Oh, we'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about it next week. With that, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.